you think you could handle the challenges of living in one of Las Vegas's top neighborhoods? Well, let's see if Summerlin West is for you. Every challenge of a new area of town comes with a solution. So one of the challenges facing Summerlin West is that prices are higher and there's not a lot of infrastructure by way of shopping or that type of thing. So you are going to find higher prices in an area where everything is new construction. That is just the nature of a new construction area. Another thing is the infrastructure is on its way, I promise, but right now they're waiting for more rooftops so that the rooftops can support the stores and shopping and all of that that is going to go into what's being labeled as the urban core. Also, if you're an investor, right now with the interest rates the way that they are, if you are getting a loan to buy this investment, cash flowing these properties could be a little bit challenging because they are priced higher and the interest rate at the moment is higher. So if you're buying for a hold, then you are going to be in luck because as more is being developed, the prices for your appreciation are also going to go up. Some solutions are buy at the beginning of a particular development. If you do, then you know that you're probably going to get one of the lower prices in that neighborhood because every phase the price goes up. Sometimes even the lot prices go up. So if you're buying at the beginning, that is the way to go. Also, if the property doesn't cash flow, but maybe you're putting in $500 a month to make the payment for this property, it is going to pay you in dividends down the road. So don't just be short-sighted for what you're going to have to put into that property today, because as interest rates come down, you can always refinance. And as the community continues to build, you're also going to have equity in that property that you can either maybe take some money out of or also refinance and maybe take some cash out. So don't not invest just because it doesn't cash flow today. You have to look at the long picture. And if you're buying new construction in this new development of Summerlin West, you're probably going to be able to capture one of the interest rate incentives being offered by the builders. They buy the buy downs in bulk so that they can pass on the savings to people who are buying in their community. So don't just go by what you're seeing on the news as far as the interest rate, because the developer may just have a bonus for you that's going to make that property make sense. Another challenge is HOA regulations and fees. So in Summerlin West, you're going to have probably 2 HOAs, possibly more depending on what they develop next. And that's going to be for the master plan fee, and it's going to be for your specific neighborhood. Then you're also going to have a SID, which is baked into every parcel of land in a master plan community. So how much that is depends on where you buy. And you're going to pay that probably annually or semi-annually. Another thing with HOAs is they are going to require that your backyard is done within 6 months of you closing on your house. Generally, your front yard is done by the developer, but your backyard is up to you and what you want to do. And you have to get approval for whatever you're going to put into your backyard. Another thing that I'm finding that is really saddening some of my clients is most of them won't allow you to have chickens. I know, crazy, but people here do want chickens in some of these neighborhoods and you can't have them. Then there's also dog breed restrictions. So if you have a pit bull, if you have a Doberman, sometimes a German Shepherd, and a few other breeds that they don't want in their neighborhoods, you may run into issues. So make sure and check what those HOA regulations are before you decide to buy in a specific area. So what are some solutions to the HOA regulations? Honestly, join the board. Yes, you as a homeowner of that HOA, you have the right to actually run in a board election. And if you are selected to join that board, you get to have a little bit of a responsibility of shaping what that neighborhood looks like. And even if you don't want to join the board, go to the board meetings. When we would go to the board meetings, that's where we met the majority of our neighbors when we first moved into the community. It's a great way to connect. It's a great way to see what is happening with other people that you may not have even been aware of that the neighborhood was having an issue with. So join the board, go to a meeting, and the number one thing that you can do is review your HOA resale package or what you get from the developer stating what those rules and regulations are going to be. And that should give you a very good idea if that neighborhood is for you. Another challenge is the traffic and how accessible Summerlin West is to other areas of town. You are located right there by the 215 and the Summerlin Parkway that takes you to US 95. And at times, you can get pretty congested traffic in those areas. We're talking the high traffic areas in the morning and the evening. So if you sometimes leave 5 minutes later than normal or 10 minutes later than normal, you could get stuck in some of those traffic jams. And then what is known as our state flower, orange construction cones, they will pop up unexpectedly where you are going to be wishing that you had left earlier. So just keep in mind that there is quite a bit of traffic in this area. So what are some solutions? Try putting your destination into a mapping app. I do this all the time because I have a couple different ways that I can go and I want to know which way is going to get me there the quickest. So I got into that habit. So I suggest trying out a few different times. If you leave 5 minutes earlier, if you leave 5 minutes later, what is the traffic like? And if you're with everyone else on the road at those high traffic times, you'll kind of get to know the flow of when it's busy and when it's not. Then there's also NDOT, which is the Nevada Department of Transportation. They will show you on their website anywhere that there is going to be construction. So you also can avoid those areas, not just during high traffic times, but any time that you can. If you're new to my channel, I'm Eileen Guilbeault, your go-to real estate advisor for all things relocating to Las Vegas. Make sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you are notified anytime a new video is uploaded. Another challenge is limited public transportation. While some areas of Summerlin have very limited public transportation, Summerlin West is not included in the RTC's bus line. So whether that's because it's a highly suburban area and there aren't any businesses there yet or not, I'm not quite sure, but you'll have to maybe watch and see what the RTC is going to do. But if you're in need of public transportation, Summerlin West is not going to be an area that right now is servicing those needs. One of the solutions that I love that Summerlin West came up with is they are going to have walkable areas. Their new urban core is going to be surrounded by higher density properties in the Summerlin West area. So you're going to have condos, you're going to have townhomes, you're going to have 3-level homes, and that is what is going to surround the area that is going to be the urban core, where you're going to have shopping eventually in the Summerlin West area. So if you're looking for a walkable area, this is one of the few that we are going to have in Las Vegas. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being extremely important, how important is public transportation in your daily life? Vote in the comments below. One more challenge is water restrictions. Water restrictions have made it to where the limit of our pool size is only 600 square feet of surface area, meaning that you're no longer going to be able to build these mega pools anywhere in the Las Vegas Valley unless you were grandfathered in. The other thing is we have really hefty water restrictions as far as our sprinklers, outdoor water that we use. And I personally know this because we had a broken pipe at our house that we weren't aware of. And when I got my water bill for that month, I just about fell over. They are serious about these fines. They will send people to your home to say, hey, we noticed your water bill was extreme this month. Can you please check to make sure that you don't have a leak? And I've actually had a client have a leak in their pool that they weren't aware of that also cost them a hefty amount of money. So if you notice from one month to the next that your water bill is going through the roof, you probably have a leak. Check it out. A few solutions is to make sure that when you're installing your landscaping, that you're putting in desert landscaping, otherwise known as xeriscape. That will save you from those really high water bills from having real grass. You can also put in artificial turf. Some people love it, some people don't, but if you want to save on your water bill, artificial turf could be a solution for you. Another thing would be get a cover for your pool. This will keep your pool from evaporating that water during the really hot months in the summertime, and it'll keep you from having to keep refilling the pool constantly. And make sure that your clocks are set properly on your landscaping timers, because during the winter, we are only allowed 1 day a week. In the fall, it's 2, and in the summertime, it's daily for grass, but only 3 times a day for plants and trees. So make sure that you are checking those clocks, and maybe have your landscaper do a yearly check to make sure that bubblers aren't broken or that there's no other leaks in your yard. For more information about relocating to Las Vegas and real estate tips, watch one of the videos on your screen. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you the next time.